I'm your host, Noelle Pecori. I'm joined here by LinkedIn Learning product marketer, Grace Chen. Grace, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me today.
I'm super excited to learn more about LinkedIn Learning, so let's start with the basics. Tell us, what is LinkedIn Learning?
Sure. So LinkedIn Learning is an online learning platform that's focused on professionals.
Amazing.
And it helps them develop the skills that they need to achieve their goals. And LinkedIn Learning is a combination of three things that really make it unique. So the first is the high quality, professionally produced content, which originated from the lynda.com acquisition.
Yes.
And that's married with a learning experience that's really engaging and is something that employees will actually use.
Right.
And then the third thing that's tying it all together are the data-driven insights about skill trends and the skills that learners need to know.
Very good. So I love that we started with the content piece and all that high quality content. And I've seen some of our amazing LinkedIn Learning content and I love it.
Oh, great.
So tell me a little bit around what type of content tends to be most popular and what most people will find on LinkedIn Learning.
Yeah, so LinkedIn Learning is a broad-based content library. And we have business skills, technology skills, and creative skills. So really it can address the learning needs across an entire organization.
Okay. Business, technology, creative.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly. So really focused on professionals and what
Yeah.
they need to know. And our courses, before I get to the most popular,
Yeah.
they're all studio produced and they're taught by expert instructors. So the quality is really high.
Yeah.
So you had asked about what some of the most popular topics are. So Microsoft Office is always one
my
of the
gosh.
most popular.
Yep.
I'm sure you've used it. Yeah.
To get retrained on. Yeah.
And so for me personally, I often use the different videos about Excel pivot tables because as a marketer, I'm often manipulating data, so I reference those
Well said.
a lot.
That makes sense.
And actually, what's kind of cool is that on the day that Microsoft Office 2019 was released,
Okay.
on that very same day, we also released 40 new courses so that organizations could immediately get
Are you kidding?
new learning on the newest version. So we're really excited
Brilliant.
about that.
The timing couldn't be better.
Exactly, it was exactly the same
Yeah,
day.
because I feel like that's often what happens is whenever there's something brand new, somebody like me totally gets overwhelmed at first and has
Yeah.
no idea where to go or what to do. So LinkedIn Learning was an instant solve for these folks.
Yeah, exactly. We're right there to
Amazing.
help them when the new version came out. In terms of technology skills, which is a really key area of our
Yeah.
content library, what's really been trending is around artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Oh, interesting.
You've probably heard a lot of or seen a lot of articles about those topics being
Yeah.
really popular. And then for soft skills, that's a really important part of our library as
Yeah.
well. So in our annual skills that companies need most report, soft skills bubbled up to the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Year after year as well. It
Year
won't
after
stop
year.
growing.
It's a perennial, top area.
Yeah.
And the most popular topics for that are really around communication, collaboration, creativity, helping
Interesting.
teams to be more effective.
How interesting. And I love that because it's those topics that you usually are learning on the job, but you don't just have
Exactly.
to be in the room or in the meeting or responsible
That's
for
right.
that tool to get there.
That's right, exactly. And actually, I can show you
Please.
what that looks like. So for a topic that you're interested in, here I'm on the LinkedIn Learning homepage.
Amazing.
And you can either browse or search for a topic that you're really interested in. So let's go ahead and do browse first. So
Perfect.
when I click on the browse, you can see that the different top topics are available.
The three that you mentioned.
Exactly, in the different categories. So it makes it easy to find
Oh my
and get
gosh.
ideas.
I already see like 12 things that I want to jump into. Amazing.
You have to set aside some of that time for learning. And then search is also another really popular way if people have a very specific idea.
They already know.
Yeah, exactly. So resilience is something that's important to a lot of organizations right now. How to build resilience in their
Yeah,
employees.
how interesting.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and we'll do, oh, look, I've already done this.
I'm glad you're in charge of spelling and not me. Well done. Okay.
So these are the different search results, and you can see that there's various different courses
Yeah.
on resilience. So I can go ahead and show you what the experience looks like
Please.
for learners.
I would love that.
Okay, cool. So I will go ahead and click on this course. So Building Resilience as Leader, it was actually just released a few months ago. So it's a really recent course.
Fantastic.
So I'll go ahead and click on that. And I'll go ahead and play. Let me make sure my sound is off. Okay, great. So you can see that the learner experience, it's a really clean and simple
Yeah.
interface.
It's gorgeous.
And we've really designed it to be engaging.
Yeah.
So that learners will actually use the product. So the way this works is that courses are broken down into chapters here. And
good.
the chapters are made up of different bite-sized courses that are much shorter.
Oh, nice.
So somebody can choose to go in depth with the entire course, an entire chapter,
Right.
or they can just get a quick answer and be on their
Oh,
way.
I love that. So if you only needed one answer, if you only had 15 minutes before you had to run to your next meeting, you could get out of it what you needed.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly it.
Beautiful.
And we also have interactive features as well, once again, to really engage the learner. So many of our courses have things like quizzes. This particular course actually has
I love a good quiz.
a chapter quiz, and that's really to help someone retain information
Yeah.
as they're learning. We also have exercise files as well with many of our courses.
So interesting.
Yeah, and that's to help the learner just practice as they're going along with the course and learning.
And is the author usually designing that and mentioning it and then just giving you immediate access?
That's exactly it. And they will reference the exercise file so that the learner can immediately go in there and
so
start
cool.
doing.
So I lead a team of 5, and it's so interesting because I always find I find this great content I want to give them, and then I'm like, shoot, I got to create a worksheet or something to make this interactive. So it's already built
It's
in
all
for you.
right there.
So if
Exactly.
you're using it individually or trying to facilitate, you've got it. Amazing.
Exactly. We're trying to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
And then just a couple of other features.
Please.
So we also have closed caption, and I'll turn that on here so you can see
brilliant.
what that looks like. We also have following along with transcripts, where it'll actually highlight the text as they're going along.
This is so cool.
Yeah, this makes it really convenient to learn in any kind of situation or environment that you're in. But I would have to say the thing that we're really excited about is the social features.
Okay.
So we're starting to layer that into the product experience, and some examples of what that look like include things like the like button feature that we have here.
Yep.
Actually, let me go ahead and stop the motion. So the like button feature, and then Q&A. And so
Interesting.
with questions and answers, as well as with the like features, this helps really bring forward the power of the community that's on LinkedIn. So we're really excited about those features.
And I love that because I feel like one of the things that you always want out of a learning experience is you want that connection or the community or the person to share notes with them and be like, did you get what I got out of this? So it actually drives you to know that you're not the only person who's found this valuable or is tuning in.
Right, and you can learn from each other through the power of the LinkedIn community.
That's fantastic.
So one of the things I'll say just from personal experience is that I often use LinkedIn Learning when I'm commuting to and from work. Because
I was going to ask when people tend to fit it in. Have you found there's a particular habit around commuting?
Exactly. And I think that's really because it's easy for people to set aside that pocket of time to do their learning. And so the way I do it, which is how a lot of our learners do it as well, is I use the mobile app.
Okay.
I download the course,
Amazing.
and then I use it in offline mode. So I take the train to work, and the offline mode is really convenient when connectivity is kind of sketchy on the train.
Yeah.
The other thing too is we have other options like audio only, text only.
Very good.
And that makes it easy to do learning when you're commuting, when you're traveling, on the airplane, that kind of thing.
The flexibility and convenience is incredible. And I know for me, so I'm like a learning and development professional by trade. And I remember back in 2015 when we first learned about LinkedIn Learning coming into the portfolio, to just see where it's come is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So one other thing that I'm curious about is within skills, how do you acquire different insights through the platform in terms of, are people like me focusing more on one skill than the other? Where do those insights come into play?
That's a great question. So this is really where I think our secret sauce is here. So for the learner, we're able to provide them very personalized recommendations on which courses and content are most appropriate for them.
Interesting.
And the way we get those insights is through their LinkedIn profile.
Got it.
So we use, for example, their connections, what their interests are, what their peers are doing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the social map of all that content layered on.
Exactly. And then another key piece of that as well are what are the skills that they need to be successful in their role.
Yep.
So we take those recommendations and we show them, what's the most relevant and appropriate content for you.
Nice.
So this really comes to life on the LinkedIn Learning homepage. So I'll just go ahead and show you.
I would love that.
Really quickly what that looks like. But we have different categories of recommendations based on all of those insights that we have. So
it's unique to you.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh,
this is my own personal LinkedIn Learning.
See that great
homepage.
little photo
there's my
you got over here?
My little widget of myself. So you can see that some of the categories includes what's most liked by my connections, what's trending at my company, LinkedIn, and then trending for people in my role. So I'm in marketing, as you had mentioned.
Yeah.
And so you can see some of the courses here are really marketing focused.
Right.
And what other folks in my organization who are in a similar role as me are learning. So that's really neat. But I have to say that that one of the things with learning, as we all know, can be a challenge, is really getting learners engaged with the learning platform. So one of the things that we do that's really unique is that we also deliver these personalized recommendations across the LinkedIn experience.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah. So what we do is we show the learning, and we offer learning through things like the LinkedIn feed and through notifications.
Amazing.
With the idea being that if we're offering learning where people are already going, then they're more likely to engage, and we can boost usage of learning that way. So
I love it.
I'll just show you really quickly what that looks like.
I do actually have one question, and I'm dying to know. It's probably the most obvious one, is where do you even go to access all of this?
That's
so we can make sure everybody at home knows where they can start immediately after this.
That's a great question. So we actually have the Course Club, which is available to anyone to try out LinkedIn Learning.
Okay.
So there, what we do is every quarter we unlock a selection of the most popular courses, and folks can go ahead and get a sneak peek of LinkedIn Learning.
Amazing.
So in order to access it, they just go to learning.linkedin.com.
Learning.linkedin.com.
Yes.
Okay.
/course-club.
I love it. Course-club.
So that's the Course Club.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much. This was wildly informative and is just so well done. And I know that I can't wait to jump in.
Oh,
So
great.
thank you.
Yes,
for being
thank you
with
so
us
much
here
for the
today.
time.
And for those of you at home, continue to join in for more Talent Connect 2019. Thanks, everyone.